spent 2 hours. I hate mine.
Don't be so nervous.
I am nervous.
Why?
I don't want to go home.
I know.
I haven't drawn the human body or a figure since like probably 85, and I'm really wishing I had immunity. But I feel like this is the best translation for the challenge.
Oh, yeah. Holla.
Whoa!
The mold's done. I crack it open, and the mold is beautiful. So I know that the basis for the sculptures is going to be really good. All I got to do is just start cranking them out. I think you should avoid text.
You could just call the piece sex education.
I know the popular consensus is I should avoid text, but I'm just putting text on there. I'm playing around in Photoshop to make it look like an old poster. Andreas Serrano did the famous Metallica album cover for Load with the blood and semen mixed. I don't want to let the guy down.
Come on, baby, don't do this to me. We have got a serious problem. The coffee maker is broken.
Do you have any fingernail to donate?
Yeah.
I'm collecting fingernail. I took a different approach, and I'm actually one of the only sculpture pieces for this challenge. Tomorrow's kind of nerve-wracking.
Yeah, it is.
It's like two. Like, what two, you know? I am a very competitive person. It's like, oh, it's kind of sick. Being a twin, I think, has a lot to do with it. Two girls growing up, both of them like art. I was bred that way, I guess.
Let's walk out of here.
I'm feeling pretty good about where I'm at, especially since a lot of people have a lot of work to do tomorrow.
We have an hour to finish up these pieces, and I have each minute allocated to what needs to be done, so I'm running around like a madman. I'm starting to realize really, really quick that I'm not gonna get 9 sculptures. Time's flying. I'm hoping to at least get 3. That's a double elimination, so I'm a little worried.
What am I bleeding into? I can't even get a drop out of this.
I have to set up my thumb vials. So it was a little
Ready?
Nicole blood drive. Oh, I never said I can't do it. I can't do it. Okay.
I think Nicole's piece is kind of amateurish and schlocky and, ooh, I used real blood, you know. Oh, okay. Wow, are you a freshman in college? Like, it's not shocking at all.
I'm making my piece, and I'm just like, this is not that shocking, and I like the piece, but I'm really not stimulated by it. I'm trying to think of a way to make it more interesting than I do, and it's the most horrific idea, but it's just so damn good that I'm super embarrassed that I've got to go and do what I've got to do. The piece is about the first erection that I ever had, and the only way to like finish that piece is to mark it with the last erection that I've ever had.
Oh my God.
I feel really great about the piece. I feel like it's finished. I feel totally relieved, relaxed, and a little sleepy.
Hey guys, we have 5 minutes.
I worked all day yesterday trying to get my hut to stand up, and it didn't happen. So I decided to make a small teepee to sit inside of the hut. I think that when I'm able to get into my costume, I might even shock myself, frankly.
It's standing.
Artists, your time is up. Let's get ready for your show. Miles.
Coming up on Work of Art.
There's a penis. There's another penis.
You shout out all the time.
If you consider what I do shouting out without people asking, don't ask me for advice.
It almost has a phallic look.
And you can't really tell whether I've been tied up and someone came on my face, or whether I just tied myself up to sort of like think I look hot, you know?
So you think you look hot?
Disney gave me my first erection, and I had to ask my mom about it.
That's original to have your first erection because of Walt Disney.
Yeah.
I had my first one because of Renoir, so... but I'm much older than you, so...
Yeah, sure. You know, he's a good one to have one, too.
Hello, everyone.
Hi.
Please welcome back your judges, critic Jerry Saltz, Jeannie Greenberg Rowaton, art advisor and gallerist, gallery owner Bill Powers, and your guest judge, critically acclaimed Andre Serrano. This week, your challenge was to create a piece of art that would shock us. We wanted you to get our attention. I personally can't wait to see what we have in store. Let's open up the gallery and find out how you did.
With this piece, I'm depicting young black men as bombs, speaking to the dangers of the society that many grew up in.
So it sort of reminded me of like Warhol's Marilyn Monroe sort of thing.
I think that my piece is aesthetically pleasing and sort of gross.
Well, we knew somebody had to give us the cum shot.
So who's this?
When I see my piece, I'm actually very happy with it. I think it looks pretty cool taped to the wall like that. I think I might win this one.
I felt like I gave it my all, but I think Andre Serrano is going to be a really hard artist to please. He's seen it, smoked it, snorted it all.
I once took a picture of a man sucking his own penis.
Yes.
And when it's a photograph of it, it's like different.
Are they photos with Photoshop backgrounds?
The title of the piece is In an Instant, touching on how sexual abuse is permanent once that innocence is gone again.
Nicole's Files.
Taking a phobia of mine into a communal space, it becomes very shocking and grotesque.
Strange thing is, I think it's good because I don't actually like looking at it.
I'm glad she put herself in the work.
Yeah.
I hadn't really thought about my piece through to the point where I was going to become kind of this scatological mess. I think I was working towards shocking myself.
I think that's a bag of
I don't smell anything.
Putting your work out for public viewing puts the artist in a very vulnerable position. I left a jar of Sharpies on the floor to allow the viewers to vandalize it.
People love it. Knowing that. And they're writing on it.
There's a penis. There's another penis.
For my piece, I made a drawing of mutilated and twisted genitals confined into the iconic shape of Mickey Mouse.
I like how you let this kind of drip there.
I'm not gonna lie to you, man, that's, it seems.
Actual? Faux pas, man.
I'm just hoping I can make something that entices you and pulls you in because it's beautiful, but once you start sifting through all of the iconography, you realize that something's not quite right.
Should we move on?
Okay, sure.
I'm shocking the audience by messing up what is glamorous. It's just this girl in this dress and this bleeding stump of a face.
That looks like my Chanel collar that I had on the other day.
Oh, yeah.
That's my dress and that's my collar.
For this challenge, there will be one winner, and 2 of you will be going home tonight. We would like to see the following artists for the crit: Jacqueline, John, Eric, Abdi, Nao, and Jamie. If I didn't call your name, you're safe. Jamie, let's start with your piece.
I decided to depict Christ much like you see him down in some parts of the South. He's commercialized, and all of these cast of characters are engaging in all sorts of debauchery, but if you look closely, a lot of them have weapons, and so Christ's safety is placed in peril in a seemingly comical way.
As you're describing it, it sounds at its best like a New Yorker cover. Not something shocking.
A lot of contemporary artists have tackled The Last Supper, but this feels more like a white trash wedding.
Yeah, I'm fine with that.
Not everyone can be shocking. You have to have a strong character for that. I don't think you really have it.
Thank you, Jamie. Okay, Eric, why don't you tell us about sex education?
I came along this idea of a 1970s photograph that somebody considered fine art.
To me, I thought I was looking at like a Motley Crue album cover.
That's what
you want.
Going for.
And you got it.
If I were trying to eliminate you, I would have said, write sex education. Because it did turn it into a poster, Eric.
This whole thing about priests and little boys, if it's more explicit, then it's more shocking, but I didn't really get the inferences.
Okay, let's move on. John?
This is The Recluse, and it is about autofellatio, which kind of fascinates me.
He has an awfully long penis.
It is a depiction of the pose and then the steps on how to get into the position.
Why did you misspell the word fellatio?
That is very unfortunate.
This is shocking to like a 10-year-old.
It should have been a photograph of you attempting this pose. That would have been shocking.
I find the words more interesting than the piece itself. And of course, the fact that you misspelled autofellatio, that's okay. A lot of people who write graffiti are bad spellers too.
All right, well, let's move on. Thank you, John.